It's Forrest here with Glossy and Forrest, and in today's video I'd like to share with you on how non-dual awareness can absolutely transform your life and to propel you past obstacles and challenges that may occur into your life. First of all, I think it's important to have an understanding. There's a simple idea, maybe you simply don't know, maybe you do know, and you practice this on a daily basis. And if that's the case, then you have a subtle advantage over the majority of people. Non-dual awareness is very popular in the non-dual space. I can never say this right. Advaita Vedanta is the tradition that this sort of meditative awareness practice really comes from. Now, it may be a formal traditional meditative practice, but cultivating and embodying a non-dual awareness throughout your day-to-day life experiences can really drastically improve your ability to overcome certain challenges that we may meet and to really go through them with more grace and ease as compared to really meeting force with force where you're just butting your head against the wall. So non-dual awareness, essentially, it's very simple, but it can be overly complicated because of the mind's tendencies to be lost in the train of thought and the emotional turmoil that we oftentimes find ourselves in. Essentially what it is say, for example, you are going through a difficult time in your day, whatever activity you're doing, and you need to find a solution to a problem. You just can't figure out the situation, the solution to this problem. And you get so immersed and get so caught up within your own internal world. And this is really thoughts, your emotions, leading to action. But what this ultimately does is it happens in a cyclical way. And this can really lead you down a path of association. And when you associate and you become overly identified with your thoughts and your emotions, well, that becomes through the lens through which you see the world. And when you do this, you're not able to zoom out, because non-dual awareness is really you zooming out of your present situation and seeing it from a God level perspective. Because if you consider divinity, right, source is all that will ever be. It's really like a all awareness, a complete awareness. And if you've landed on this channel, you're definitely into spirituality. So if you consider the core of who we are, consciousness, spirit, this is awareness itself, right? But we experience this world through the lens of a personality, right? Your name, your occupation, your culture, where you live, your upbringing. This becomes who we think that we are. And we identify with this throughout the whole course of our life. And this can really prevent us from taking full advantage of a complete non-dual awareness. And what this allows you to do, when you zoom out and you see things for what they really are, when you rest in your being awareness, then there naturally becomes a separation between what it is that you're experiencing and who you really are. And the outcome will be drastically different. Oftentimes, the answer will just come spontaneously, because you're not so associated and identified with your internal experiences, right? Your inner universe, which ultimately reflects your external world. And so it's important to, in the moment, you've got to catch yourself. When you're so caught up into a situation, it could be an argument with your spouse. This could be a really powerful situation for this, because oftentimes we are pulled and tugged by being overly reactionary just reacting to emotions. And this can lead to a terrible, terrible situation in terms of a relationship, like just a feud, you know, an argument, and it could lead to terrible things. But if you are somebody who is keenly aware as much as you possibly can throughout the day, then you can zoom out of your experiences and rest as non-dual awareness. And when you do this, your life will drastically begin to change, because you're no longer associating yourself with the problems that you experience in your life. And so obstacles and situations that come up, if you're able to maintain this sort of awareness, then it becomes much more easier to overcome some of the challenges that we are met with. And it's so simple. It's so important not to overthink this, because a lot of times we are so analytical, so left-brained. Many of us are. And if this is the case for you, it's going to be very difficult to understand intellectually. That's the key. You don't want to understand this intellectually, or you'll never understand it. You've got to experience it by realizing that you aren't the intellect. You aren't the reasoning faculty that you associate yourself as. But when you begin to zoom out, think of it as zooming out, like a lens, and resting as pure awareness within the given situation. And when you do this, the new can arise. New information can arise within through intuition, through inspiration, and the answer may just come spontaneously for you. So I definitely recommend you looking up the non-dual space. This can also be a meditative practice. You know, this can be very powerful as a formal daily practice, because this will only enhance your capacity to be able to zoom out of a situation and to see it for what it really is, and then to assess the problem that way, rather than being so associated and caught up within the given situation. And this can really help you in really any area of life. But I've just provided a few examples in this video. So Advaita Vedanta is the tradition, right? I think it's out of India. It's ancient, from ancient India. And you can learn a lot from this. But non-dual awareness is something I'm going to be speaking on a lot in the future, because it's such a powerful tool, because it also fuels and provides a realization that you aren't this body itself. That when you experience this non-dual capacity, it's like you're seeing yourself, almost like a visualization. You're not viewing it in a first person point of view, but a third person point of view. And you're able to see the situation as it is, without any preconceptions or anything like that. So with that all being said, I'm going to wrap the video up here. We do truly hope you enjoyed the video and grab some value from it. Let us know in the comments section what you thought about the video, and what types of other videos you'd like to see around the sphere and the area of self-mastery, and we'll be sure to look at that for you. So with that being said, we'll speak soon.